Why do we give children illusions about Santa etc. on Christmas instead of telling them that you get your loved ones a gift? The latter seems more lovely and is actually the truth. Well, title says it all. I just don't get it. If I ever have kids, why should I tell them such a lie? And not just be honest about what Christmas is. To me, getting and giving a present to a loved one child is much better than hey, some imaginary figure gave that to you. Even saying that Christmas is just about love and not gifting seems better. I used to think it was magical or just a bit of fun until I started teaching. Every year come January the kids would come in and start talking, sometimes bragging, about what Santa had given them. Sometimes Santa was extremely generous to certain children, others unfortunately not so much. You could see some of the other children who were good thinking to themselves, why didn't I get as much as everyone else? It was actually a little heartbreaking. Santa seems to be a really emotional subject still for a lot of people. My original comment was made quite casually. I should clarify that I'm not suggesting we cancel Christmas. The issue I have is that we generally feed kids this idea that there is a godlike figure who will pass judgment on how good or bad you are, but then doesn't even follow his own rules, because he gave your bully more gifts than he gave you. I am not in denial that shitty things still happen to good people either. It's a big hot topic in schools right now to help children be resilient, and we do that whenever opportunities arise. But as adults we are in control of how we explain the mythology of Santa and set up whatever traditions we want to follow. Let's just be mindful and show a little empathy while we do so. At our house Santa gives one modest gift and fills your stocking. Everything else is from family and friends. I really don't get people's logic that the wound is already there, so what's the harm in a little sprinkle of salt? Trust me, kids know early on where they all sit in the pecking order, all year round. They don't need the added salt. I always thought it was all a way to get kids to behave. You didn't want to be put on a naughty list. But this works without Santa kids. If you misbehave, I'm not getting you this for Xmas edit. I keep getting same replies of you'll be bad guy and blame Santa. I get it. Lol. I just don't agree. But read other replies before saying same thing that's been commented like 40 times. Yes, but you aren't a mythical figure who knows. This is it, I think. Kids deal with having to follow their parents' rules the 24th of July 365. They are much more open to the idea of behaving well for a supernatural, omnipotent being that will reward them with presents if they're good. Same thing with some Christians, I gather. When I was a kid my parents would give me gifts from Santa as well as themselves, so it doesn't have to be one or the other. She would also write on other gifts from Frosty the Snowman, from Rudolph, and a bunch of other imaginary Christmas characters. My mother even did this long after we stopped believing just for fun.